Yo, what's going on, y'all? Just now about to leave from work. I'll talk to y'all when I get in the car. Whew. All right, guys, we're gonna start driving first, and then, once we get on the road, we'll go ahead and kickstart this thing, and let's see how long it takes for us to get our first ride. All right, let's go ahead and kickstart this thing, man. Let's get started, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Yo, so we are stuck in 60 frames per second because of this phone. This phone is acting crazy. Anyway, we are at McDonald's, y'all. Just want to go ahead and say I know that I'm supposed to be switching it up and going from, from Uber Eats to Uber, but we're gonna get there. Thank you. Eventually, promise. Eventually, we're gonna get to there. All right, guys. So, like I was saying earlier, man, there's been a little bit of an issue, right? So, I was actually going to start doing Uber, not just Uber Eats, but turns out I have misplaced my registration card. I don't know how the freak that happens because you're literally looking at one of the, well, I can't even say that. I was gonna say one of the most organized people, but apparently you're not that organized if you don't know what your registration card is. So I'm going to have to either go into the DMV, or they did say that I can actually just, purchase one online or whatever, and we can go ahead and start getting to it. So that's what's going to be on the agenda for today. We're going to finally knock that out. All right. Okay. Had to step in, what's the name real quick, y'all. Oh, yeah. God, good grief, I'm up here fighting. I'm fighting for my life. But no, guys, I'm actually going to go ahead and end the Uber Eats portion of this video because I honestly wanted to speak and talk to you guys real quick before we continue with this challenge. So today was extremely slow. I don't know if that's just how Tuesdays are. I don't know if it was the area that I was in. Like this last order, it took a while for it to pop up, and this was like a 50-minute order. Like it was probably like maybe about 4 minutes away, and it took me about 40-something minutes to get here. When I tell you all the way on the other side of Charlotte was what I had to, where I had to deliver this thing, and it was only like $11. Now listen, I'm not complaining or anything. I just want to make sure that, when I'm putting out this type of information, I want people to really, get a real feel for how these type of things go. There we go. That's a lot better. My bad. It looked like we have like some smudge or something on my camera. I don't like that. Anyway, again, guys, I want to make sure that I'm being completely transparent with this because I think that a lot of people get onto these social media platforms and, I'm not going to say that they just flat out just lie to y'all, but they always try to keep a positive mindset. And I think that sometimes, like, that can be a bad thing because people are going to take everything that you say basically just for face value. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna make sure that I continue to be as transparent as possible. Don't think that, just because when we're able to complete this $20,000 challenge in 100 days, I want you guys to know and understand that this is not something that, you're just gonna be able to get on this app and just do a few Uber rides here and there. No, trust and believe there are gonna be days where we're gonna probably be up from 5 o'clock in the morning to probably 11 o'clock at night. It might even go longer than that in order to reach certain goals on certain days. And I need for everybody to understand that, listen, life is not easy. Making money is not easy. Making content is not easy. None of that stuff is easy. It's going to require that you put forth a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of consistency, and again, doing this thing day after day after day. I'm telling you, man, it's repetitive, and a lot of people don't want to do it. And yes, again, you do have the pros and cons. You do have the pros of not necessarily having to worry about like clocking in and clocking out at a certain time. You know, you do have the luxury of being able to take a break at a certain time. But what you need to understand that there are no guarantees with what you are doing. If you're doing DoorDash, if you're doing Uber Eats or whatever, there aren't any guarantees. There's not a guarantee that you're going to make a certain amount of money just because you've been on the clock for the past 10 hours. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of stuff that goes into this thing that a lot of people don't talk about. They don't talk about how many miles you're going to drive and put on your car. They're not going to talk about how much gas they had to, use. They had to, buy in order to be able to generate whatever income, they end up generating after the fact. It's a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of resources that go into all of those things. But again, when people are doing these DoorDash deliveries, Uber Eats deliveries, and Ubers and stuff like that, they rarely speak and rarely talk about those things, the downside or maybe the bad parts of Uber and stuff, like the crazy encounters with certain people in certain situations with doing Uber, with doing Lyft, with doing DoorDash and stuff like that. Like, you're gonna run into a lot of people, good or bad. You never know. Like, it's a toss-up. And I think, again, whether you are working a 9-to-5 job, whether you're working for yourself, whether you're working with DoorDash or whatever, it's important that you weigh the pros and cons. Test that thing out. Don't just think, hey, I've seen this person do it, and I'm gonna automatically just quit my job and just dive into it. I'm telling you right now, always test those waters, man. You know what I mean? I think most of us have sometime either before, after work, on the weekends, during the weekdays or whatnot, where you can go ahead and sign it up before you're thinking about quitting a job and becoming a full-time whatever, a full-time content creator, a full-time Uber driver or whatever. You need to make sure that you weigh those options. You need to make sure that you're not getting yourself into a situation that you're like, yo, I made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, test them waters out, man, before you think about putting the 2 weeks notice, before you think about becoming a full-time anything, before you leave anything solid. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't recommend that people just up and quit their jobs. Like, no, absolutely not. I think that most people don't realize the mentality that you have to have with doing this thing. You know what I mean? And I'm just gonna speak for myself, right? I think, well, I can't necessarily speak for myself. I'm just gonna, for some people, you work a 9-to-5 job, and that's how your brain operates. 9 to 5, 8 to 5. Wake up in the morning or whatever. When I get off, I ain't gotta worry about it. Like, out here, what you kill is what you eat, basically. If you don't, kill anything like during the day, you don't bring anything home. Like, what you put in is what you get out. So if you only put in 2 hours of work or 30 minutes of work, then don't be surprised at the end of the day that you only made $16.33. You like, yo, bro, I should have kept that doggone 9-to-5 job. That's safe and secure. And for most people, honestly, I'm not going to recommend that most people do this type of work. Uber Eats, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, content creating, owning your own business. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that a lot of people are honestly cut out for that, because when I look at, again, how most people's brain operates, right? When you take that doggone job away from them, man, I'm telling you, man, a lot of people get extremely lazy. Extremely lazy. Like, it's different if you got that dog in you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say you're just interested in the hunt. It's like, I can see it in some people's eyes. Some people just have that. Some people just have that dog like, yo, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna grind, I'm gonna get it no matter what, and it's all gas, no brakes. Some people got it, man. Some people got it, but a lot of y'all really, I really hope that you guys really understand that it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's really not. You know what I mean? You're gonna have your good days and you're gonna have your bad days. And it might be a lot of bad days, especially in the beginning, until you get the hang of it, until you figure out, hey, if I'm in this area, I might make, again, man, pros and cons. Life is all about choices and trade-offs. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get everything that you want. And everything is not always what it seems, what it's cut out to be, especially when you have, you know, a lot of people, you know, on these platforms, you know, it's saturated as heck, and a lot of people want to, yeah, man, I'm so glad that I quit my job. Man, listen, most of them people be capping. Most of them people be lying. Don't be one of those people. I'm telling you right now, man. Before you get into any type of situation, make sure you test them waters out. All right? Anyway, the only reason why I'm ending today early is because I'm rushing over here before 5. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys, I'm rushing over here before 5 to get somewhere and do another reaction video with another content creator or whatever. We are gonna link up and, you know what I'm saying, put out this video or whatnot. Cause trust and believe, if it wasn't for me linking up with this young lady, we would still be getting after it. But, you know, I want to make sure that I'm putting content on all of my different channels or whatever. So yeah, we're on our way over there right now. And yeah, man. You know, hopefully you guys got something out of this message. I'm always curious to hear, you know, anybody out there quit their day job or whatever, or they're thinking about or considering quitting their day job or whatever to do this full time, or to pick up a business that, you know, a business idea that you've had for the longest that you've been wanting to do. Maybe you want to do Uber Eats. Maybe you want to do, you know, you feel like it's freedom there or whatever. I would absolutely love to hear from you guys. And I'm not one of those people that's going to ish on anybody's dreams. All I'm telling y'all is make sure you test those waters out before you make a decision. All right? Before you make any type of it. I ain't even going to say it. Any type of questionable decision, you know what I mean? Just test the waters out beforehand, all right? Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see y'all bright and early tomorrow, all right? Y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace. It's busy out here today, for real, especially on this side of town.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm tryna work, she hit my phone, she wanna, whoa. Too bad was, you know they roll.